What was the craziest thing someone has said or done to you while working in customer service? I worked at a cafe and this guy came in and he worked next door at like a Euro shop and he asked me how my day was and I was like, it's going good. And then we like end the transaction and he like looks at me and he's like, you don't look like it's going good. And I was like, hey, what the fuck does that mean? You asshole.
It wasn't said, but it was written on a check. It said, get better bud with a $0 tip. My manager later, because they ordered a beer, so he just comped the beer and then he gave me the money for the beer as a tip because he was a cool manager. So it worked out, but yeah.
I wanted sauceless noodles, and he didn't get his sauceless noodles. Instead, he ended up getting sauce noodles. And he's like, I don't want sauce in my noodles. And I'm like, well, they don't do sauceless noodles. You get sauced noodles. And then he had like a holy really meltdown shit fit and told us that like, oh, you guys are committing like, sins over here. This is at a church festival, and we're committing sins because, we can't do sauceless noodles.
He was ordering everything off of the happy hour menu. So when he asked for a small shake, I asked him if he wanted the happy hour one or the actual small vanilla shake. In my head, that's a pretty valid question. But then he proceeded to get very angry at me. He's like, I asked for the small, so obviously I want the small one. F you guys, I'm never coming back.
They would rather the position be unfilled than me be in it. They were like, I would rather literally have to go back here and do all of this myself than have to deal with you. I was like, oh, okay, well, too bad you have to deal with me.
People tend to grasp my accent very quickly early on when I came to the United States, and people would tend to say, go back where you came from, when they were upset with whatever that could be the policy that we have.
This new Christmas commercial came out, and it was guys ringing the sound of jingle bells. An old lady came up to me and she's like, hey, I hate that commercial. Can you get that commercial taken off the TV? Ma'am, I get paid $9 an hour. What do you expect me to do?
People will ask for the manager even though the manager is really busy, or when I'm serving, they will purposely not ask me to go up to the window, and they will go up to the window where the kitchen is serving and ask the kitchen where their food is.
A parent complained to me because their child went home and lied and said they didn't get a lunch, and the parent accused me of starving them.
A parent came in all upset, saying that her child was molested at the bus stop. So a colleague and I interviewed the parent further and found out that her child was not molested at the bus stop, as she claimed, that the child was assaulted at the bus stop. And by an easy definition of the word molested, it means unwanted touching. And this parent was very adamant in saying that she reads the dictionary and she knows what words mean. And that's the word she kept using, but she was not using it correctly.